paragraph is more than just a group of sentences. It's a collection of sentences that all focus on one main idea or topic. Learning to write a clear paragraph is a key academic skill, whether you're in school or writing professionally. In this video, we'll explore what makes a paragraph effective, look at different types of paragraphs, and break down their essential features. By the end, you'll know how to structure your thoughts and communicate them clearly in writing. Paragraphs can serve different purposes. Some paragraphs compare things, others explain a process, and some tell a story. For example, a comparison paragraph might look at the differences between two countries, while a process paragraph explains how to make a sandwich, and a narrative paragraph tells about a memorable event. Understanding the type of paragraph you need helps you organize your ideas and choose the right language. Let's look at a comparison paragraph about Chile and Brazil. These two countries are neighbors in South America, but they have many differences. The paragraph compares their geography, population, and language. Brazil is much larger than Chile, with a population of almost 200 million, while Chile has about 17 million people. Most people in Chile speak Spanish, but in Brazil, Portuguese is the main language. These differences make each country unique. Before reading a comparison paragraph, it's helpful to think about what you might compare. For example, when comparing two cities or countries, you could look at their size, population, language, culture, or geography. Thinking about what you already know about the topics helps you understand the paragraph better and prepares you to notice key differences. After reading a comparison paragraph, it's important to identify what is being compared and what the biggest differences are. For example, in the Chile and Brazil paragraph, the three main points are geography, population, and language. You might also be asked to list other things you know about each country, which helps deepen your understanding and encourages further research. When writing about facts that are still true today, use the simple present tense. For example, Brazil is the largest country in South America, or most people in Chile speak Spanish. The simple present uses the base form of the verb for I, we, they, and you, and adds s for he, she, it, or singular nouns. This tense helps make your statements clear and factual. In a paragraph, repeating key nouns like Brazil and Chile helps avoid confusion. If you use pronouns like it too often, readers might not know which country you're talking about. Repetition keeps your writing clear and focused, especially when explaining or comparing similar topics. Now, think of something unique about yourself, maybe a hobby, your language, or your family. Write 5 sentences about this topic. Remember to use the simple present tense for facts about yourself. Practicing this helps you build confidence in writing clear, focused paragraphs about personal topics. A process paragraph tells how to do something step by step. For example, it might explain how to make an egg salad sandwich. Process paragraphs use imperative sentences, commands like boil 2 eggs or mix the ingredients. Sequence words such as first, next, and finally help organize the steps clearly. Let's walk through the steps of making an egg salad sandwich. First, boil 2 eggs for 5 minutes. Then, let them cool and peel off the shells. Next, mash the eggs in a bowl, add mayonnaise, salt, and pepper, and mix well. Chill the mixture in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. Finally, spread the egg salad on bread and enjoy your sandwich. Following these steps ensures a tasty result. Imperative sentences are used to give directions or commands in process writing. They start with the base form of the verb, like mix, add, or spread. Sequence words such as first, next, and finally help readers follow the order of steps. Using imperatives makes your instructions clear and easy to follow. Try writing your own process paragraph. Think of something you know how to do, like making a simple recipe or describing a daily routine. Write 4 to 7 sentences using imperative sentences and sequence words. Practicing this structure will help you give clear instructions in English. A narrative paragraph tells a story about something that happened. It usually describes a personal experience or a memorable event. Most verbs in a narrative paragraph are in the simple past tense because you're describing actions that happened before now. This type of paragraph helps readers connect with your experiences. In the narrative paragraph, My First Flight, the writer describes their first experience flying on a plane. They recall feeling nervous, noticing details like the crowded seats and turbulence, and feeling relieved when the plane landed. Even though the event happened years ago, the strong emotions made it unforgettable. This example shows how narrative paragraphs use details and feelings to bring a story to life. When telling a story about something that happened, use the simple past tense. Regular verbs add ed, like walked or boarded. Many verbs are irregular, such as go becoming went or have becoming had. Using the correct past tense forms helps your narrative sound natural and accurate. Think of something that happened to you, a funny event, a happy occasion, or a memorable experience. Write 5 to 8 sentences telling the story. Focus on using the simple past tense and including details that make your story interesting and clear. Every good paragraph has 4 main features: a topic sentence that states the main idea, sentences that all relate to that topic, an indented first line, and a concluding sentence that brings the paragraph to a logical end. These features help your writing stay organized and easy to follow. Let's analyze a sample paragraph. Check if it has a clear topic sentence, if all sentences relate to the main idea, if the first line is indented, and if there's a strong concluding sentence. Practicing this analysis helps you recognize and create well-structured paragraphs in your own writing. In the paragraph, Children and Pets, the writer discusses whether parents should allow children to have pets. The paragraph presents both sides. Some parents believe pets teach responsibility and compassion, while others worry about safety or the extra time and money required. The concluding sentence summarizes the divided opinions, showing a balanced view. After reading a paragraph, it's important to identify the main idea. Look for the topic sentence, usually at the beginning, and see how the other sentences support it. Check if the concluding sentence restates or summarizes the main point. This skill helps you understand and write better paragraphs. The paragraph about ebook readers explains why they are excellent devices for students. It discusses their convenience, lightweight design, and the ease of purchasing books. The topic sentence introduces the main idea, and the concluding sentence clearly summarizes the benefits. This example shows how all sentences should relate to the topic. In the paragraph about Simón Bolívar, the writer introduces him as a great general and political leader in South America. The paragraph explains his nickname, El Libertador, and lists the countries he helped free from Spanish rule. The concluding sentence highlights his importance in history, tying back to the topic sentence. The paragraph about New York City highlights its fame through movies, tourist attractions, shopping, and theaters. Each sentence adds a new reason why the city is well known. The concluding sentence sums up the reasons, making the paragraph feel complete and focused. Jim Thorpe's story is about overcoming controversy in sports history. The paragraph explains how he won Olympic medals, lost them due to a rule, and finally had his achievements recognized 70 years later. The narrative uses time words and a concluding sentence that marks the end of the story, showing how paragraphs can tell complete stories. This paragraph explores why some people choose not to vote. It lists several reasons, such as feeling their vote doesn't matter, lack of interest, or not liking the candidates. The concluding sentence summarizes that people's reasons for not voting vary considerably, tying the paragraph together. In this narrative, the writer describes their first day teaching. They share a small, humorous incident that helped them relax. The paragraph uses details and emotions to make the story engaging, and the concluding sentence reflects on how the event helped the writer start their career. Proper capitalization and punctuation are essential for clear writing. Always start sentences with a capital letter and end them with the correct punctuation mark. Reviewing these basic rules helps you avoid common mistakes and makes your writing easier to read. Practicing by copying well-written paragraphs helps you learn proper formatting. Remember to indent the first line and keep your sentences in logical order. This exercise builds good habits and reinforces the structure of effective paragraphs. A good paragraph title is short, catchy, and gives the reader an idea of what to expect. Avoid using full sentences as titles. Instead, choose a phrase that sums up the main idea without giving away all the details. This draws readers in and makes your writing more engaging. Every sentence in English must have a verb. A sentence without a verb is called a fragment and is incomplete. Always proofread your writing to make sure each sentence has a subject and a verb. This helps your writing sound complete and professional. Subjects and verbs must agree in number. For example, he speaks and they speak. Always check that your subject and verb match, especially when writing longer sentences. This rule helps your writing sound natural and correct. Expanding your vocabulary helps you write more effectively. Practice associating new words with their meanings and related phrases. For example, destination is a place. Ingredients are for a recipe, and majority means more than half. Building these connections makes it easier to use new words in your writing. Collocations are words that naturally go together, like in brief, peel a banana, or board a flight. Learning common collocations helps your writing sound more fluent and native-like. Practice filling in blanks with the correct word to build your confidence. Now it's your turn to write a paragraph. Choose a general topic, then narrow it down to something specific. Write 5 to 12 related sentences, include a topic sentence, indent the first line, and finish with a strong concluding sentence. Try to use at least 2 new vocabulary words or phrases. Peer editing is a valuable way to improve your writing. Let someone else read your paragraph and offer comments or suggestions. Listen carefully to their feedback and use it to make your writing clearer and stronger. Remember, editing is about improving the writing, not criticizing the writer. When editing a classmate's writing, focus on making helpful comments. Instead of saying, "This is bad grammar," try, "You need to make sure every sentence has a verb." Positive, specific feedback helps your classmates improve and keeps the editing process supportive. One of the best ways to become a better writer is to read as much as possible. Reading helps you see different writing styles, learn new vocabulary, and understand how paragraphs are structured. The more you read, the more confident you'll become in your own writing. Timed writing helps you practice organizing your thoughts quickly. Set a timer, brainstorm ideas, and write a short paragraph in 25 minutes. This exercise prepares you for tests and real-life situations where you need to write under time pressure. Using a variety of vocabulary makes your writing more interesting and precise. Learn words and phrases for giving examples, comparing, contrasting, telling stories, describing processes, and stating opinions. Practice using these in your paragraphs to improve your writing style. When comparing or contrasting, use phrases like in contrast, however, both, or unlike. These words help you show similarities and differences clearly. Practicing these structures makes your writing more logical and easier to follow. Narrative writing often uses phrases like, "when I was," "I will never forget," or "every time." These expressions help you set the scene and guide the reader through your story. Including time words and personal reflections makes your narrative more engaging. When describing a process, sequence words like first, next, after that, and finally help organize your instructions. These words guide the reader step by step, making your writing clear and easy to follow. Definitions and descriptions help clarify your writing. Use phrases like "according to the dictionary" or "the dictionary definition of" to introduce definitions. When describing, use adjectives and prepositions to give more detail, making your writing more vivid and precise. When stating an opinion, use phrases like "in my opinion," "I believe," or "for these reasons." For arguments, use "it is important to remember that," or "according to a recent survey." These structures help you express your viewpoint clearly and persuasively. Mastering paragraph writing means understanding structure, using the right tense, choosing clear vocabulary, and organizing your ideas logically. Practice writing different types of paragraphs, edit your work, and read widely to keep improving. With these skills, you'll be able to communicate your ideas clearly and effectively in any context.